Hey y'all, welcome to Taco TuesGays with Kade. Sorry it's dark in here. I'm recording in my car. I'm waiting on my best friend to come over. We're gonna go and get sushi, so I'm just waiting for him. So this week's topic is discrimination. I feel lots of ways about this topic, and I think it's a very broad topic. So I tried, when I send out everyone's, every week on Sunday, I try to send out, what the topic is for the week. And this one I left a little more broad because I think everyone's going to experience discrimination in different ways. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of similar to discrimination, but so it's about kids. So when people perceive me, adults, when they perceive me as a butch lesbian, as a woman who dresses like a boy most of the time. I would say probably about, I don't even know, because I pass as male a lot. But when I don't, especially in public spaces, I do get more discrimination, especially I can feel it. I can feel the vibe off of people when they aren't okay with the gay. I physically can feel that. And I do think when I'm perceived as male, so especially by men, when I'm perceived as male, people are a lot nicer to me. It's just more of a casual, relationship, I guess. But a lot of women don't care, and I do think judgment, this is just my personal opinion, I do think the judgment comes more from men than women, typically. I do think it involves, on a bigger scale, involves where you are monetarily as well. I like to think, or at least since I'm from the hood, I like to think the two are similar, but I think poor people judge me a lot less as well. So women and poor people in general are like, oh, that's a butch lesbian, cool, do your thing, which is fine. I don't care that I'm perceived as a butch lesbian because that's how I appear. I am non-binary, genderqueer, transmasculine, whatever term you want to use, boy, but I am perceived as a butch lesbian, and that's fine. I can identify as that as well. And most of the time with those groups of people, it's totally fine. There's no hard words. Everyone's pretty nice. And I even make a lot of friends that way too. People are usually comfortable enough to be like, oh, do you have a partner? Are you seeing someone? Do you have a girlfriend? A lot of people just assume that I like women as well, which doesn't bother me because I do. But I don't think how you dress should really influence who you like. So if I dressed how I dressed, and I liked boys, I think people are way too quick to assume one way or the other. But that's a whole nother conversation. Anyways, and poor people and women, I think just as minorities, we tend to stick together and defend each other. So I don't have a lot of discrimination from that. But I do think richer families, more wealthy families, especially more wealthy women, and then I can tell religious people, not all religious people, but a lot of religious people discriminate too. And it's not even that they're mean usually, it's just, you can tell their attitude is different. So I work in customer service, so when I help someone, I can tell right away whether they're vibing with me or not. And that's something that really sucks. I go out of my way at work, and people can, own that. I am such a people person, and I want to make everyone happy. So it really sucks when I try everything I can to make them happy, and I know that they're just not going to accept the experience as good because of who I am. I had one incident at work a couple of years ago, which, sorry Kaylee, I'm going to talk about this and you're not going to like it because it involves an ex, but I was talking to a girl at work, and we were both ringing on the register, and it was busy and it was crazy, and a white woman and her friend, a rich looking, I'm judging here, wealthier looking white woman and her friend come up. I'm checking them out, and she's just being shitty, super super shitty. I don't know what the hell the deal is, but she's being super shitty. And towards the end of the conversation, my friend's here, he's gonna jump in the car. Towards the end of the conversation, she mentioned, she's like, I was like, ma'am, is there a reason, like, you're being upset with me? Can I help you in any way? And she's like, why do you wear boys' clothes? Right then and there, I knew there was something wrong. So I had my friend, at the time, the one I was talking to, finish ringing her out. And she did, and she was nice to her. They had a good conversation, and she left. I broke down. I was upset. But, you know, it was funny because I was sleeping with this girl. Not really sleeping with, we were messing around. But, yeah, he's going to get in the car. I'll make him. He's going to be so mad. I'm going to make him. Yeah, it's still a death trap. Say hi to the camera. We're recording for my channel. Get back in here! He got out. He's gonna get back in. He has no choice. But anyways, I was messing around with this woman, but because they didn't perceive her as a lesbian, they treated her a lot better. The other thing I was gonna talk about today, he's literally standing outside the car. Get in here! It'll take 5 minutes. I'll be done in 2 minutes if you get in. Okay, fine. So anyways, the other thing is kids. Anytime I go on he's literally on the roof of my car, guys. Such an idiot. Oh my god. Kids perceive me as a boy no matter what until I talk. So when I go in women's restrooms, I try to always go in a men's if there's no one in it, or I go in like a public bathroom. But at my job where I work, it's women's or men's. You take your choice. If it's a single stall and you lock as soon as you go in, come in. If it's a single stall, I always go in the men's because I can lock the door. No one's gonna know. No one needs to know my business and what I have between my pants. But when I go in women's bathrooms and it's not a single stall, I always have issues with kids, and they stare at me and they're always like, "Mommy, why is a boy in here?" And I think we just, as a society, need to do a better job at teaching our kids early on that people come in all shapes and sizes, and people look all kinds of different ways. Their skin tones are different, and just to accept people. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't be allowed in the women's bathroom. Like, I shouldn't feel bad going pee. Like, regardless of where I want to pee, men's, women's, anywhere. Especially for trans people, and we're going to talk about the Trans Bathroom Act for a second, but God, he's annoying. For the trans bathroom thing, first of all, most trans people, if they're into their transition, they pass. Like, you don't know a trans person is trans. Second of all, and this is my personal opinion, I'm not trans and I'm not transitioning, so I can't speak to that. But he's just staring at me, guys. He's literally sitting on the roof of my car just staring at my soul. But I'm not trans, so I can't speak on all their issues. But where the fuck did people think trans people were going before? Like, I watched this video, it's Liberal Redneck. I don't know if you guys watch other YouTube videos, but he's a liberal redneck and he's the coolest thing. But he literally asked, where the fuck do they think trans people were peeing before all these issues? Like, trans people can pee wherever the fuck they want. Non-binary people can pee wherever the fuck they want. Anyone can pee wherever the fuck they want. You're fucking going pee. And all this shit about, like, pedophiles being compared to trans people, that's fucking absurd. There's no similarities. There's no tie to them. So, yeah. I think he's gonna come get in, guys. I think it's gonna happen. He's coming. But yeah, so there's no similarities. The two aren't the same. And all this pedophile shit, that doesn't happen in an open space. That doesn't happen in a public bathroom. So people are just making this way more than it needs to be. But I do think we need to educate our kids and our future generations on kids and how to teach them not to just judge people. They don't have to just, like, look at someone and be like, that's a boy or a girl. Just let them be. Like, teach our kids that we just love humans. And I don't know, but that's all I have on discrimination. I think it sucks. I don't think anyone should be discriminated against, no matter who they are and what they look like, how they act. Like, we're all human beings. Now, that's not saying I don't think a killer shouldn't go to prison, but I don't think someone should get less advantages because of the color of their skin or who they choose to love. But that's all I have for this week, and I'm sorry this video is shorter than normal and it wasn't as good, but my best friend's just staring at me, so I'm gonna hang up now. I'm gonna end the video now. But I hope you guys have a great Tuesday and enjoyed Taco Tuesdays, TuesGays with Kade. That's all I got. I'll see you guys next week. Just say hi, and then you can be done.
Fuck, no. I look like a fucking trash rat. Hi.
You're so cute.
Oh, fuck off.
Just say hi, I'm Michael. Bye.